The mediation room smelled like burnt coffee and cheap carpet cleaner. The clock on the wall ticked louder than it should have. Across the table, my ex leaned back in his chair, smiling like a man who'd already won. His lawyer slid the papers toward me. "Just sign," he whispered. I almost did. I almost let him walk away with everything, but there was one thing he forgot. Welcome to Voice Revenge Story, where justice is served cold. Before everything fell apart, we were a team. Not the Instagram perfect kind, but the real kind. Long nights, shared stress, shared dreams. We built a small consulting business together from our kitchen table. I handled clients, he handled finances. I trusted him completely. We talked about kids, about buying a bigger house, about one day slowing down. People used to say, "You two are solid." That's what makes betrayal so dangerous. It never announces itself. The first crack came quietly, a bank envelope that wasn't ours, a statement tucked inside a drawer he said was old paperwork. Numbers didn't add up. When I asked, he laughed it off. When I pressed, he snapped. And 2 weeks later, I was served divorce papers, at work. No warning, no conversation, just a courier and a signature line. Then came the real shock. He wasn't just leaving, he was taking. He demanded the house I inherited from my grandmother. He demanded full control of the business. He demanded access to my savings, money I'd built before him, and he said it with a straight face. His reason? I earned it. That's when I realized this wasn't heartbreak. This was a hostile takeover. He moved fast, faster than someone who'd just fallen out of love. Later, I learned why. There was someone else, younger and apparently very expensive. But instead of leaving clean, he decided to erase me, to rewrite the story so he walked away rich and I walked away broken. Once the legal battle started, he stopped pretending. First, he poisoned the well. Friends I'd known for years suddenly went quiet. Mutual contacts avoided eye contact. I later found out he'd been telling people I was unstable, that I was emotional, that I was trying to ruin him financially. Then he cut off the money. Our joint accounts? Frozen. My cards? Declined. Payroll from the business? Redirected. I remember standing in a grocery store holding a basket I couldn't pay for while the cashier waited. That humiliation sticks with you. Then came the letters. His lawyer was aggressive, surgical. Every envelope felt heavier than the last. Threats of court, threats of costs, threats of what would happen if I didn't cooperate. They wanted me exhausted, scared, desperate enough to give up. And it worked, almost. One night, I sat on my kitchen floor, papers spread around me, staring at the settlement offer. It was unfair, it was brutal, but it would end the pain. I picked up the pen. I told myself, just sign, just survive. That's when I hit bottom. The audio came by accident. He called late one night, angry, rushed. I didn't answer. A minute later, my phone buzzed again. Voicemail. Except it didn't end. I heard movement, muffled voices. Then his voice, clear, confident, careless. He thought the call had ended. He was bragging, talking to someone about how he'd moved the money already, how it was untouchable, how I was too stupid to catch it. I sat perfectly still. My hands started shaking. My heart pounded so hard it felt loud in the room. He mentioned account numbers, dates, offshore transfers. Then he laughed. That laugh. I replayed it 3 times just to be sure. This wasn't suspicion anymore. This was proof. And that's when I made the smartest decision of my life. I didn't confront him. I didn't tell my lawyer right away. I stayed silent. I let him believe he was winning, because people get sloppy when they think the game is over. Back in the mediation room, he was glowing, relaxed, cocky. He leaned toward me and said, "Just sign it. You know you don't have anything." His lawyer nodded. The mediator looked tired. I looked calm. I slid my phone onto the table. I just have one question. What happens if someone lies about assets during a divorce? His smile faltered. Before anyone could answer, I pressed play. His voice filled the room. "She'll never find it. It's already offshore. Once this is done, I'm untouchable." Silence. His lawyer's face drained of color. The mediator froze. My ex stood up too fast, knocking his chair back. That's illegal," he stammered. His lawyer didn't look at him. He started packing his briefcase. No defense, no spin, just consequences. The settlement flipped overnight. The house stayed with me. The business stayed with me. The hidden accounts were seized. He walked away with nothing but legal fees and a reputation he couldn't outrun. Today, he lives in a small apartment across town. The new girlfriend didn't stay once the money disappeared. Meanwhile, I rebuilt, stronger, smarter, untouchable. Here's the lesson they never see coming. Silence isn't weakness. Patience isn't fear. Sometimes it's the sound of a trap being set, and when it closes, there's no escape.
I earned it. Just sign it. You know you don't have anything.